Split is the latest film by writer-director M. Night Shyamalan and stars James McAvoy as Kevin, a man suffering from dissociative identity disorder, which means that there are 23 individual personalities living within his mind. And the movie is about his journey to find the 24th identity, known as the Beast. In the movie, he captures Anya Taylor-Joy's character and two of her friends and uses them to be food for the Beast. Meanwhile, his mind is kind of being deciphered by his therapist, played by Betty Buckley, as she's trying to figure out what makes all these personalities live within Kevin's mind in what she thinks is harmony, but the truth of it is far more sinister. M. Night Shyamalan has been a bit of a controversial figure in the world of film. His first three films I love. The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs are just three exceptionally good movies. Signs, I think, is underrated. There is a deeper quality to that movie that a lot of people miss. But after Signs, he really did fall off the map pretty damn hard. He reached such incredible highs with just his first film, with The Sixth Sense. But then, my God, this guy made something like The Happening, and The Last Airbender, and After Earth, and everyone just thought, you're done for. You're a joke. You're an absolute joke. But I am so happy to stand here and say to you all, Shyamalan is back. Split is a really good movie. The way that Shyamalan has directed his camera with cinematographer Mike Giolakis, it has this beautiful flowing quality which he used to do so well in his first three films, and it's so great to see that back in this movie. He gets great performances out of his cast. He actually has written a competent script. The climax is phenomenal, and there's also a bit of a twist at the end that doesn't just rewrite the entire movie and make you think, well, that didn't make any sense. It actually works and sets up something you think that will be so cool to see. Fantastic. Let's do it. Let's go for it. It's so great to feel excited about where Shyamalan can go from making Split. The movie itself rests entirely not just on Shyamalan's direction, but on James McAvoy's performance. He is unbelievable. The way that he's able to transfer between one personality to another, to another, to another, and make them all completely different is an insane acting challenge. But McAvoy does it so well. I would have wanted a little bit more than just the 4 or 5 personalities that we got to see, because there's 23 in there. I wanted to see pretty much all 23. Just give me a little bit, a little taste of what they're all like, but I understand why they did it, because there would just be so much to do. The 4 or 5 that we actually do see are performed so well by McAvoy. He has always been an incredibly talented actor, whether he's doing Professor Xavier or he's in Atonement. How he was able to make all the mannerisms and speech patterns and physical movements completely different. It's a blast to watch, even though you're thinking, my God, this guy's a monster. The protagonist, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, is interesting. We do get a lot of heavy-handed flashbacks to what her backstory is, and I didn't really like that, to be honest. I was understanding where she was coming from, how she was thinking about being in the situation. She's thinking about it in a tactical way, trying to understand her captor. And okay, I understood that. I understood why they wanted to show these flashbacks, so that way people can understand what she's all about. But the flashbacks themselves just kind of broke up the tension of the movie. Each scene that we get with Anya Taylor-Joy's Casey and her two friends trapped by James McAvoy, we get these awesome moments of tension. It's starting to build, and then it just cuts down, goes back to flashback, and I kept thinking, no, go back. Oh, now we're just getting this weird thing. And it just kind of didn't need to be there. We could have just had a very strong line of dialogue from Casey, just not totally explaining who she is, but just giving a few hints and letting the audience decipher them for themselves. Maybe have a few little tiny snippets, show, don't tell, but not such copious amounts of flashbacks, which kind of just bogs down the movie just a little bit. The pacing just gets broken up in those scenes. But we're still brought back to a really good performance by Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm very excited to see where she's gone. She did great work in The Witch. She's really good in Split. She's a good protagonist that you can stand behind and think, she's a strong woman. I believe in her. We also have a delicious performance by Betty Buckley. She does this awesome to and fro between her and James McAvoy. And while he's doing his incredible thing, she's remaining strong and standing up. And that's, that takes some real amount of dedication to the role, and she's completely dedicated to it. You understand her character, even though you're thinking, oh, okay, you believe in him. If you knew what he was really doing, you probably would think differently, but you're still admiring her dedication to making sure that Kevin can be a healthy and safe and worthy addition to society, even though, unfortunately, he isn't. Split really is just a step in the right direction for Shyamalan. It's not a perfect film. There, as I said before, there are pacing issues. There are a couple of script issues. Some parts of McAvoy's performance, while they were great, just some lines that he gave while either trying to be a 9-year-old child or in a dress. It just, I mean, a lot of people were starting to laugh. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was there, and I just thought, okay, that's fine, as long as it's not, you know, the Happening level of unintentional hilarity.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No. Ugh. Split is still well directed, well crafted, has great performances. Shyamalan really is back, and it is so exciting to see where he can go from here. And Split, I'll have to say, is worth the ticket and the Blu-ray. So Split, have you seen it? Please tell me what you think about it. There are going to be linked videos over here, or maybe one over there. Remember to subscribe for more Mr. Movies. Push my little face right there. Thanks for watching.